You don't need the takeout, man. Stop scrolling on the DoorDash and throw this together. There's so much healthy food here. Stick with me. I'm going to show you how to make it right now. Let's go play. I am going to be seasoning up this tofu and flavoring it, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're making some General Tso Tofu. We are doing some sautéed zucchini that I have given a chop to little bite-sized pieces. And then I'm also going to be incorporating my chickpea rice. Yeah, chickpea rice. You can use any kind of rice, but this is higher in protein. I like the flavor, I like the texture. We're going to be adding a bunch of flavor to this anyway. I'm freaking hungry. I need to get dinner going, so we're doing this together. I have a pan preheating over medium heat. I'm going to put some low sodium soy sauce in the pan because I'm not going to saute with oil because there's no reason to. So a little bit of soy sauce, dropping in the zucchini, giving it a stir, and letting it sweat out all the moisture from the zucchini. I'm kind of steaming it in there. Now in the meantime, we're getting the tofu ready. This is going to be so good. I have 2 blocks of extra firm tofu that I drained and just kind of took a paper towel and pat dry. You don't need to do all the fancy press and all that when you have an extra firm block of tofu. And then I'm doing this with 2 blocks. I'm just kind of chopping it. I'm tearing it up into these bite-sized pieces. You can cube it if you want to, but when you tear it off, it gives these ridges on there, and that just makes the flavor soak up and stick to it a little bit more. So I'm going to be doing the same thing with this, just kind of tearing it up. I don't want a piece too big, so like that. Okay, tofu is all torn up in there, and now there's a little trick. I'm taking some of my arrowroot, that's fun to say, arrowroot powder. If you don't have arrowroot, you can use cornstarch. You can use tapioca flour, just a little bit, give it a toss. And what this is going to do is make those outside ridges extra crispy, like it has breading on it, but it doesn't. Yum. The other thing I'm going to add to this for a little bit of flavor, because we're going to be coating it in some sauce, but for the flavor while it's cooking, that arrowroot is some of my favorite. Slap your mama. You have to say it like that too. I will link this below. I get it off of Amazon. It's a Cajun seasoning, and the ingredients in here, if you don't know, is salt, black pepper, red pepper, granulated garlic. That's it. It has kind of a Cajun seasoning. A little bit goes a long way. It's freaking fantastic. Adding a little bit more, giving it a toss. I'm going to take these chunks over to my air fryer and put them in the air fryer at 400 for about 15 minutes. I'm going to keep giving this here a stir and letting it soften up, and then I'm going to show you what it's like when it all comes together. I put the big chunks of the tofu in the air fryer. Again, 400. I'm going to check it. 15 minutes. I'm going to kind of give it a shaky shake halfway through just to make sure, because they're probably going to stick to each other, which is fine. The little crumblies of my tofu that I have in here, I'm going to add to this pan because yum. That zucchini is cooking up perfectly. I am now going to add my chickpea rice. This is just leftover chickpea rice. Again, you can use any kind of rice you want. You don't have to use rice. You do you, boo. But I'm putting this in there and then flavoring it up with a little bit more soy sauce. I'm so excited that you're here with me to see how easy and fast this comes together. While the tofu is cooking and the zucchini and the rice are cooking down, we're going to make our healthy General Tso sauce. Low sodium soy sauce. And I want this to be extra sauté. So I'm going to add a whole bunch. Trust me, it's gonna be good. I'm not measuring. I'm just kind of winging it. So half a cup of low sodium soy sauce, about a tablespoon and a half-ish of pure maple syrup, not pancake syrup, pure maple syrup, a little bit of garlic powder, teaspoon, ginger. You can use ginger powder. You can omit it completely if you don't do the ginger. I like the paste. I get it at Aldi. I keep it in the fridge. So I'm going to squirt about a tablespoon in there. Sesame seed oil, A little bit goes a long way, about half a teaspoon. I'm putting in there sriracha. Cover on tight before you shaky, because at one point, cover was not on tight. Corinne shaky, made messy. That wasn't fun. A little bit of sriracha. And whisk. Taste. One final ingredient for this to thicken it up, and that is arrowroot powder. And again, if you don't have arrowroot, cornstarch or tapioca flour also does the same thing. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons in there because I want this to thicken up. When our tofu is ready and nice and crispy, I'm going to use the same bowl. I'm going to put the crispy tofu back in there, pour this sauce all over it, give it a toss so that it's completely coated. Then we're going to plate it up with the zucchini and rice concoction, and yum. So now that the sauce is ready, I'm going to keep giving it a stir periodically, and it's going to thicken up as it sits, and when it gets warm, it's going to get even thicker. This is so easy. It's so freaking easy to put together. Sauce is ready. I'm giving this a stir. I turn the heat down to low. I don't want the rice to get all smooshy. So the rice and the zucchini are going to just cook over the low heat. I'm going to keep on stirring it. I don't want the zucchini to get smooshy either. I want it to have a little bit of texture. So I'm going to clean up some of my mess here while I'm waiting for that to get done and this to get done. And I'll be back in a minute. Well, technically for you, and like right now. I'm so excited. Crispy bits. Ooh, that's a hot mother trucker. Crispy chunks of tofu. Okay, crispy bits of tofu. And now I have the sauce. Give it a stir. Pour it over. Ooh, I think I made extra, which is good. Same spoon, because why not? Give it a mix. Now, in the past, I have then put these either back in the oven or back in the air fryer to then crisp them up even a bit more. Once this, what the hell am I trying to say? To crisp them up a bit more once the sauce is all on there and coated, but you don't have to. I don't want to. I'm hungry and I'm ready to try this out. And to the rice and zucchini, it's done. All I had to do for flavor, I gave it a taste test. I added about a half a teaspoon of my veggie stock powder. It's a veggie bouillon, and a little bit goes a long way. So yeah, like a half a teaspoon to that whole fluffin' dish. That's all. Gave it a stir. I'm going to dish myself up some of this and give it a taste. I'm so excited. Look at this ginormous plate of freaking healthy food. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go all fancy and top it off with some sesame seeds because yum. And some chili flakes. Look at that. Oh, and it smells so good in here. Meals like this is what helped get my brain and my body healthy. Because if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I used to look like that until stuff like this changed my life. I also just announced recently in a video that I released last week, I put together a program. If you watching are ready to like change your life and get yourself a little bit healthier, there's a program. I will link it down below. It's been helping people. I've already had some people purchase it since it came out last week, and it just makes me so happy to know that people want to get healthier, and I can't wait for the feedback to come through. So check the links below. If you want to connect with me, there's links below as well. I got a website. I got a Facebook page. Talk to me, man. Let's interact. I need to taste this. Holy shit snacks. That's incredible. You saw how quick and easy that was. That's how fast this whole meal came together with plenty left over of all of the things. Air fryer for the tofu at 400 for 16 minutes. Gave it a shaky a couple of different times to break it all up. it all up. Violence is always the answer, am I right? I'm just kidding. I'm going to stop throwing food all over the place and get back to what I was saying. If you don't have an air fryer, put this in your oven at 400 for about 35-40 minutes. Kind of give it a shake, stir, mix whatever halfway through so all the pieces get all crispy. And then top it off with that sauce. Put it back in the air fryer or oven if you want, or if you're an impatient bastard like me, then you eat it as is. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this. If you make this, let me know in the comments below. I always like to hear from you. If you're still here, you are awesome. Thank you for watching. Eat clean, live loud, and I will see you in the next video. I'm starting over. Okay, oh God, I'm making a fucking mess. My air fryer. Holy shit.